Hi, all. This is my prototype for design of learning games. The game's titled is Had a Good Life. I have the main start screen here, start button for the course, and then the settings as well. Things like brightness, and then also text size and color as well will be optional in here as well, just because it's a dialogue heavy game. It is narrative driven and also is predominantly just dialogue for gameplay because it is learning and experience based for the sake of letting the learner know about the hospitality and food and beverage industry. So once we get started here, the introductory night begins. Our UI looks like the top left. We have the time of night, the night number, because we're just beginning the game, of course, home, just in case we run into any issues the player does as well. We can just return to the screen. Money on hand, just kind of the default number. Active quest, meet Lucian. This is all kind of we're provided with here. So the player presumes this is our protagonist. It prompts for our name. I'll do my teacher name here. And articulate storyline is what I've chosen for my prototype as opposed to Canva. Allows for fun widgets like this, where this is used recurrently whenever I want with a code. So this is our first option in the game. I can have the autonomy to visit the restaurant. I can ask more about the character. I can ask if I can explore before we enter the restaurant. Let's take the primary path. I think that most players would be interested in and just be a voyeur to the restaurant industry. So now this is our first time seeing the inside of the restaurant. We see some other characters as well. So this is another dialogue branch that happens here as well. We can choose to meet the barmaster behind the protagonist. Um, we can ask to see the kitchen, or we can say, I actually want to step away and have a drink while waiting to talk to you. So a lot of options that are kind of just, experience based in uh, the restaurant industry. So let's see the kitchen. We have a dialogue back and forth between the characters. So as we observe the dialogue, it's another learning experience, reading about the introduction to the chef, and then also that a new hire had been kind of mistreated at work as well, and also mentioning pre-shift as well. So hopefully that'll be come to light, or another learning experience for the character. I'm sorry, the player on night two. As we leave, we are going back to the start of the bistro to explore our other options. So we can meet the new barmaster, and we have a few more options once we meet him. He is one of the main protagonists and different and acts different, interacts differently as well. It's obvious that he is a person of his craft. Some options to respond for the first time to this character. We can oblige to his offer, or we can show him our expertise, or we can kind of just proceed on without engaging in drinking, which is just kind of an inherent part of food and beverage industry culture. So let's say I'll recommend a wine for you, and it brings us to a screen where we can type and suggest things for our main protagonists. Let's venture elsewhere in the game, so we can also go to explore, or we can also ask our protagonist what he actually does here, so we don't know a lot about him aside from the fact that he's just kind of guiding the player. Uh, then the protagonist gives some details about himself, and let's explore. So there's quite a bit of autonomy just initially for the player to explore, and some immersiveness options here as well. So we've explored. The AI is still the same, except the active quest has changed. Night's still the same as well. So the player kind of can just look around, and we kind of see that that's prompted to interact with the player. We approach the side character here. We don't know his name. He's speaking to us. We can either respond or walk away, but it's obvious that it's a local, so maybe he has some information for us. So we have options to interact with them. We can kind of just indulge in the local culture and kind of mimic the way he's acting. We can be inquisitive, or we can kind of be dismissive as well. And again, at the bottom left, we can oblige, or we can say no, thank you. Kind of just a lot of opportunities to indulge in the culture here and the nightlife culture as well. So, and their respective repercussions. So we'll say sure, following our new character here as well into a new restaurant. More dialogue options. And we're walking inside with our new character here as well, and some opportunities to talk to him about the culture that is present in locals in our town of Vernston here. One more branch that I'll share on this prototype is back at the home screen, greeting our protagonist. Is when we go inside of the bistro, and we also have another opportunity. Um, we can say, okay, I don't feel like being social and just want to kind of get a feel for the restaurant. Um, the protagonist kind of replies in an odd manner, but we can take a seat and we can immediately decide I'm going to indulge in this culture, or I'm going to wait and have a professional conversation. So, and the immersiveness as well from the protagonist's name is present here. We notice that when we're paying for something as well, or it transitions to a side quest where we're obligated to pay for something, the currency on hand responds to that, as does the time as well. Thank you for viewing the prototype I made as a experiential type game for folks to look inside of the culture of food and beverage industry, and folks that work in the service industry as well.